Welcome back mga kabayan! Nagbabalik po muli ang inyong lingkod upang magbigay sa inyo ng mga bago at nagbabagang mga balita. Tila ba naging mainit na usapin ang isyong ito sa mundo ng social media? Congresswoman Luristro napakamot sa tanong nitong si VP Inday Sara Duterte. Commission on Audit or COA iniimbestigan na ang opisina ni Castro dahil nga sa mga nawawalang budget sa kanyang opisina. Congressman Benny Abante Jr. Meron na ring kaso sa Supreme Court. Dito nga natin makikita mga kaibigan kung gaano talaga katalino ang ating Vice Presidente na si Sara Duterte dahil nang siya naman ang nagtanong dito kay Congresswoman Luistro na ito na tila ba sobrang pag-atake ay hindi na nakapag sungbat pa or hindi na nakapagsagot itong si Luistro na ito at tila ba napakamot na lang sa kanyang ulo. Dito nga natin makikita mga kaibigan na wag natin talagang gagalitin itong si VP Inday Sara Duterte dahil kapag siya na ang rumesbak ay hindi ka na talaga makakapalag. Commission on Audit patuloy pa rin na iniimbestigahan ang opisina nitong si Franz Castro dahil nga sa mga nawawalang budget sa kanyang opisina. Dito nga natin makikita mga kaibigan na mas marami palang kabalbalan at katiwalian na pinaggagawa itong si Congresswoman Franz Castro na ito dahil mas binigyan siyang punan or binigyan siyang pansin na imbestigahan ng COA sa kanyang opisina dahil nga alam naman natin na itong si Franz Castro to ay isang supplier ng mga armas nitong tinatawag nating kalaban ng ating gobyerno. Dito nga natin makikita mga kaibigan na si Franz Castro na ito ay isa din sa mga taong bumibira at tumitira dito sa opisina ni Vice Presidente Sara Duterte na tinatanong kung nasan daw ang kanyang budget, ngunit mas marami pala siyang ninakaw at binulsang pera na galing sa kaban ng bayan. Congressman Benny Abante, wala ring kawala. Tila ba Supreme Court iniimbestigahan na rin ang kanyang mga issue na kinakasangkutan at tila ba hindi na nanahimik na rin at ang kanyang pangalang Abante ay naging atras na. Well, para nga sa kabuang detalye ay panoorin na lamang ang buong video. At kung bago ka pa lamang sa ating channel ay huwag kakalimutang mag-subscribe, pindutin ang notification bell at piliin ang all upang laging maging updated sa mga bago at nagbabagang mga balita. At sa mga solid viewers naman natin dyan, maraming salamat naman po sa patuloy na pagtangkilik sa ating channel. Tuloy-tuloy lang po ang laban para sa katotohanan at para na rin sa kinabukasan ng ating pinakamamahal na bansang Pilipinas.
Vice President Sara Duterte to take her oath in today's hearing in the conduct of inquiry in aid of legislation is an affirmation of her stand, her position during the budget briefing of the OVP. And this representation wishes to manifest that when the resource speaker does not take her oath, then it follows that whatever statement she will provide, we call it could not hold any water. That being not under oath, the same cannot be used as an evidence in any inquiry, in any proceeding, Mr. Chair. In other words, her refusal to answer in the last budget briefing of the OVP is tantamount to her stand in today's inquiry of refusing to take her oath. That is for manifestation, Mr. Chair. And with that, Mr. Chair, I wish to remind the committee, our esteemed colleagues, and the Filipino people of the constitutional mandate that public office is a public trust. When there is a question, we're bound to answer. We're bound to explain. As a matter of fact, no less than the Philippine Constitution provides, we are accountable to the Filipino people at all times. We are now confronted by the issue on confidential fund. And I wish to emphasize, ang confidential fund po ay pera ng taong bayan. And we owe it to the people to explain kung paano ito ginastos, saan ito napunta, and to be specific, sinunod po ba natin ang joint circular regulating the use of confidential fund. Mr. Chair, I wish to raise as well, to invoke as well, and remind our esteemed colleagues that pursuant to the separation of power, we, the Congress, is exercising the power to legislate. Under this power, we also have the power of the purse. We can amend, we can revise, we can approve, and we can disapprove the budget that was proposed to us by the executive. And I wish to remind as well that the best instrument which shows the power of the purse of the people is no less than the General Appropriations Bill, which is an embodiment of the allocation for the entire Philippine government, which is the result of the legislative process of the Congress. In other words, ang budget po ng ating bansa ay napapaloob din sa isang batas, saklaw ng kapangyarihan ng Kongreso, and that is the power to legislate. To be able to make sure that the power of the purse is properly exercised, we are granted as well by the oversight power. And that is to make sure that all our legislations, that includes the budget of the national government, the General Appropriations Act, are well complied with by our fellow public servants. And to make sure, and as a consequence of this oversight power, we have this inquiry in aid of legislation. So I just wish to remind the Filipino people, and that includes the OVP, ito po ay trabaho ng Kongreso. Busisiin ang budget. And not only that, to exercise the oversight power to make sure na yun pong ating mga nakaraang legislation, that includes the General Appropriations Act, ay nagamit ng tama ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno. I hope that the OVP will be enlightened to address the issues instead of attacking this institution, of politicizing and matters concerning politics, Mr. Chair. Third, Mr. Chair, we should be uniform in the application of our rules. If we are guided by the constitutional mandate that public office is a public trust, if we observe malfeasance, misfeasance, and nonfeasance in the LGUs, as a matter of fact, we have pending inquiry in aid of legislation concerning LGUs. Kung iniimbestigahan po natin ang Office of the Mayor, kung iniimbestigahan po natin ang Office of the Governor, by equality under the law, we should conduct an investigation as well to the Office of the Vice President. And I wish to thank the Honorable Valeriano for taking a stand before the plenary to initiate this inquiry in aid of legislation to address the observation not only of this representation, but of our fellow members of the Committee on Appropriations about the irregularities which we have seen already in the disbursement of fund, as a matter of fact, not only of the confidential fund, but even the regular allocation of the OVP. With that, Mr. Chair, may I proceed to my question for the COA. Kanina
Yes.
po,
But after your lengthy manifestation, you have already
Mr. Chair.
consumed 4
just
minutes.
one question,
Mr.
Mr. Chair.
Mr.
Just
Chair,
one question.
Yes, the Honorable Marcoleta.
May I offer a counter manifestation, Mr. Chair?
Later po, 1 minute na lang po siya and then
Yes,
I will...
Papasa ng audit report. Confidential fund.
Attorney Camora.
Used
Who will answer? Attorney
2020.
Camora. Attorney Camora, please reply.
Mr. Chair, ang confidential fund audit po ay hindi regular audit. So iba po yung sinasabi ni
Okay, so
Sir
paano po sa
Timeline.
confidential funds?
Um,
Na nakasama din kasi siya doon sa GAA. O, nakasama siya na ginasta doon sa taon na yon. So paano yung submission ng confidential funds? Every quarter. Tama po ba?
Opo. Yes,
So
po,
every
Mr.
quarter.
Chair.
So yung last quarter ng 2022, dapat na i-report, na i-submit na yung report by
Wala pong timeline ang sa joint circular, Mr. Chair.
So kaya pala nung Mr. Chair, nung tinatanong ko to at in-expose natin ito nung makabayan ito ng 2023 na budget ay wala pa doon yung hindi pa sila nakapag-submit ng report. Tama?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
So 2022, August 2023, wala pa yung audit report.
Ongoing na po nun yung audit pero wala pa po yung report.
Okay, ongoing na rin yung report. Pero nakapag-submit na sila ng report.
Ay, ng liquidation report, yes, Madam
Yung
Chair.
liquidation. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, Mr. Chair, hawak ko ngayon yung notice of disallowance at saka yung accomplishment report ng Office of the Vice President. So, nakikita natin dito yung mga items. Merong 5 items dito, Mr. Chair. Dito sa accomplishment report, utilization of confidential and intelligence funds, submitted by Gina Acosta, Special Disbursing Officer, and approved by Sara Z. Duterte, the Vice President. Pero ito po ay pinirmahan din, sinertify ni Gina Acosta as Special Disbursing Officer, certified purpose of cash advance duly accomplished by Sara Z. Duterte, Vice President, certified supporting documents complete and proper, Chief Accountant Julieta L. Villa del Rey. So para alam po ninyo saan yung pinanggagalingan ng aking... Okay, so nakalagay po dito, Mr. Chair, nanggaling to sa Office of the President, period covered December 11 to December 31, 2022. So ang ibig sabihin niyan, 11 days yung utilization ng fund na 125. So nakalagay dito, total amount is 125 million. Okay, program, projects, activities per physical and financial plan, meron yung annex kung ano yung mga activities niyan. Nakalagay dito, safe implementation of OPP initiatives and confidence building. Okay, nakalagay dito rin ang second column, Mr. Chair, actual outcome and accomplishments. Surveillance and monitoring. Nakalagay dito, Mr. Chair, letter A, purchase of information, 14 million. Payment of reward, 10 million. Rental of other incidental expenses relative to the maintenance of the safe houses, 16 million. Letter D, purchase of supplies, 35 million. Letter E, provision of medical and food aid, 40 million. Letter F, payment of incentives or traveling relative to the confidential operations, 10 million. Conducted surveillance, Mr. Chair, 132 areas. Letter B, 100% implementation of activities without untoward security-related incidents. So, yung summary, amount of the period, December 21 to 31, 2022. Okay, isa-isahin natin, Mr. Chair. Dito sa notice of disallowance, based dito sa utilization, may binabanggit kasi dito, number 3, non-submission of the revised accomplishment report to the Office of the President, Senate President, Speaker of the House as required by item 5211 of the JC. So yung tinutukoy natin, yung JC 2015-1. Okay, non-submission of revised accomplishment. Ito yung accomplishment report. So ano pa yung hinahanap yung revised accomplishment report?
Madam, Mr. Chair, hindi po yung accomplishment report ang hinahanap namin, kundi proof na they submitted this revised report dun sa 3 bodies po.
So mukhang mali yung non-submission of revised accomplishment report. Hindi pa sinasubmit. By this time, eto ba? Kailan ba yon? August 8? By August 8, 2024, ibig sabihin, hindi pa sinasubmit yung accomplishment report. Revised accomplishment report.
Yung revised po, ang hindi pa po nila nasubmit.
Okay, ano ba yung revised accomplishment report?
Mr. Chair, ito po yung revised. Ang original po kasi nun, hindi naka-breakdown po yung expense
Okay,
accounts.
can you, Mr. Chair, may I ask the COA to submit the revised?
Mr. Chair, ito
Please.
na po yung revised, yung binasa niyo po kanina.
Ito na yung revised.
Opo.
Okay.
Yung isang kasama niya pong, dalawa po yung sinubmit namin dati. Yung first one na may whole amount na 125 million, yun pa yung original na submission nila. And then
Okay.
ito pong,
So yung binasa ko kanina, ito na yung revised.
Opo.
Okay, thank you. Kasi nalilito lang ako baka meron pang iba pang mga revised. Okay, Mr. Chair, dito sa surveillance and monitoring, purchase of information, pasok ba yan sa JC?
yes, Madam
Okay,
Chair.
14 million. So, paano nyo masusukat itong paano nyo, ano ba yung sukatan ninyo nitong purchase of information relative to the success nung success noong mga activities and projects or whatever. Kasi 14 million yan. So ano yung sukatan ng COA para masabi na, kasi hindi nyo nilagay sa non-notice of disallowance eh. So ibig sabihin yan, pasok sa criteria ng JC or pasok sa criteria ng audit. So paano nyo nasabi na pasok yan doon sa JC?
Nakapag-submit po sila, Mr. Chair, ng acknowledgement receipts from the
Okay.
informants.
Okay, so ang ibig sabihin, certificate of payment. Parang nakapag-submit sila ng certificate of payment.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so purchase of information, sino ang nakalagay doon sa certificate? I mean, may tao ba?
Yung mga
Yung pinagbilhan
informants-
nila ng information, tao.
yes po, Mr.
Ilan
Chair.
po yung tao na pinagbilhan ng information?
Marami po siya, Mr. Chair.
Ilan? Kung
po
in-audit
namin-
nyo to, alam nyo to.
Hindi po namin alam yung exact
Well, Mr.
number.
Chair, next meeting, pakuha natin yung number. Hindi naman natin kailangan kuhanin yung names. Yung number lang. Nitong binayaran nila, ng pinagkuhanan nila ng informasyon. Certificate of payment daw nakapag-submit daw po.
COA,
Kompleto.
please take note of the manifestation of Congresswoman Castro.
Noted po, Mr. Chair.
Kung marami yan, hundreds ba yan? Thousands ba yan? Millions ba yan? Okay. Purchase of information. So, tao din yung pinagbayaran. Anong pagkakaiba ng purchase of information sa pagbabayad ng reward?
Mr. Chair, based po dito sa joint circular, ang reward presupposes na nagkaroon po ng success yung information gathering, kaya nagbigay po sila ng reward.
Tao din.
Tao din, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so
Pwede
payment,
pong pakilakas po ninyo.
tao din yung pinagbayaran nila ng reward.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So yung tao sa pinagbilhan nila ng information at saka yung payment nila ng reward, magkaiba.
Pwedeng magkaiba yan, Chair. Pwedeng magkaiba siya, pwedeng after ng information gathering, kung may success po na iba, pwede pong same. Pero as far as yung nakita po namin, magkaiba po sila.
Okay, isubmit din nila, Mr. Chair, ano? Kung ilan doon yung magkasama o the same, yung binayaran nila ng information, purchase of information, at saka binayaran nila ng reward, worth 10 million.
COA, please take note of the manifestation
Pero,
of Congresswoman
Noted po,
Castro.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, nilagay mo dito notice of disallowance. Take note nilagay nyo dito notice of disallowance.
Yes, Mr.
So,
Chair.
ang ibig sabihin, wala pa yan, hindi nyo pa masasabi na talagang nakapag-submit sila ng mga documents relative to this 10 million na payment of reward.
May particular document lang po kaming hinahanap, Mr. Chair.
Ano yun?
Ito po, yung document evidencing the success of the information.
Well, ito lagi na lang sinasabi, yung success. Ay sinabi nga dito, no? Paano nyo ba masasukat yung success ng information na sinasabi nyo based doon sa sukatan ninyo sa pag-audit?
Minsan po,
Nakapunta ba kayo doon sa mga activities?
minsan po may mga particular reports, kunwari sa media, or reports from other law enforcement agencies, ganun po.
Okay, so pakita nyo rin sa akin yun. Mr. Chair, kuhanin din natin
Mr.
yun
Chair,
para
Chair,
malaman din natin kung talagang kasama yon doon sa...
COA,
noted
yes.
po, Mr. Chair.
Please take note of the manifestation.
Sinasabi dito, Mr. Chair, 105 activities out of 132 conducted surveillance areas attended by the Vice President and those conducted by all the officers during the period of December 13 to 31. Pwede bang, nakita niyo po ba ito? 105 activities attended by the Vice President.
Meron po sa accomplishment nila yung 132 areas po.
Yes, 132 areas. So, 105 doon, inatinan ni the Vice President. So, can you submit, Mr. Chair, yung 132 areas na yan?
COA, please take note of the
Yes, Mr. Chair.
manifestation. Congresswoman, you have
Yes, Mr. Chair,
please
ano
wrap
lang,
up your
konti na lang, Mr.
interpellation.
Chair. So, yung purchase of information, ito kina-question ka pa rin to, Mr. Chair, na pinayagan nila yan, yung payment of reward. Ito, nakalagay dito, Mr. Chair, provision of medical and food aid. Dito sa accomplishment report nila, provision for medical and food aid, which is 40 million. Pero ang nakalagay po dito sa notice of disallowance ninyo ay 34 million and 24 million, a total of 59,787,000. So, may discrepancy po.
May part doon po kasi na hindi rewards, kundi regular supplies na ginamit po nila sa confidential operations.
So, pwede po yung medical and food aid.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay,
Mr.
so
Chair.
ilagay niyo rin po yung pinayagan ninyo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so payment of incentives or traveling relative to the confidential operations. So, pwede ba yung incentives doon sa ating
Part po ng explanation nila na hindi po incentives yon, kundi transportation lang po, which is allowed naman po sa joint circular.
Okay, pero nakalagay sa report nila ay incentives. So, pinayagan niyo yung buong 10 million. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so ito Mr. Chair, sige, i-wrap up na natin. So ito Mr. Chair, merong purchase of information, tao yan, no, makikita natin later on sa submission. Payment of reward, I'm assuming this is cash. Tapos nagbigay din ng reward, various goods, nagbigay din ng reward na medicines, various medicines, nang ibig sabihin yan, per day ay gumagasa sila ng 3.6 million a day para sa various goods, 2.26 million a day para doon sa reward. Considering na 11 days lang na ginamit itong mga amounts na ito. At kung titignan natin, Mr. Chair, makita natin talaga dito parang in 11 days walang pahinga, no? Even December 25, December 31 o 30 na walang pasok, talagang tuloy-tuloy yung ginagawang pagsa-surveillance. At di natin alam kung paano yon nagagawa. Okay, so yun na po, Mr. Chair. Gusto natin makita talaga, kasi nakita natin dito, Mr. Chair, halimbawa yung report na yan ng accomplishment report at saka yung sinasabi dito na notice of disallowance, tingin ko meron pang dapat na i-disallow no? Kung hindi ito mabibigyan. At ito yung sinasabing mga 3,500 na tables, chairs. Pwede bang malaman ilan ito, ilang tables, ilang chairs, ilang computers, itong 3.5 million?
Ang documents po namin is yung amounts po. So kung ilan yung number of tables or chairs, wala po kaming data. No?
So yung pa lang, Mr. Chair Pero, di ba, hindi talagang X na ito doon sa confidential. Kasi 3.5, di natin alam kung ano ba yan, binili ba talaga or gumamit lang sila ng mga tables nila sa mga opisina o pinurchase. So talagang may may misuse ng funds. So yun na lang po, Mr. Chair, itutuloy ko po yung aking interpellation doon sa mga nabanggit kong mga pangalan kanina. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Salamat po.
Can we call him? I'd like to ask you just one question. Anyway, you said in your statement here, number 11, that on August 28, you received an unexpected call from former PNP Regional Director Bernardo Diaz. And this Director Bernardo Diaz invited you so you could be able to meet with the then PNP Chief Ronald De La Rosa. Am I right? For what reason?
Yes, Your Honor. The reason, Your Honor, was the information that I got was the then PNP chief was willing to help me clear my name, Your Honor.
So it means that the PNP Chief Ronald De La Rosa believed that you are innocent?
That is the statement that was given to me by then General Diaz, Your Honor.
So it was not PNP Chief Ronald De La Rosa who told you that he believes that you are innocent?
Your Honor, in a separate venue when I was already in Japan. And I called General Diaz. I spoke to General then PNP Chief General De La Rosa, and he told me to come home. That as soon as I come home from my international speaking engagement in Japan, that I go to Camp Crame to see him, because in his words, Mr. Your Honor, he said, if I can say it in his words, quote unquote, Mayor, naawa na ako sa'yo. Tutulungan kita. Inosente ka.
That was the statement.
Yes, Your Honor.
He told you to come home.
But he told me to come home.
And
Yes,
then
Your Honor.
there is another general, but who expressed sympathy to you, and he told you to don't come home.
Your Honor, yes, that is true, Your Honor. Immediately after that call with General Bato and General Diaz, I got a call on my Philippine cell and phone, and this was the general who introduced himself, and then he said, I'm just going to talk to you short lang. And then he told me not to come home, Your Honor.
Yeah, he told you, his voice was grim and said, do not return.
Yes, Your Honor.
But then PNP Chief De La Rosa told you to return.
Yes, Your Honor.
So do you still believe that PNP De La Rosa is quite honest in telling you you are innocent when he told you to return, and the other general told you not to return?
Your Honor, yes. As a matter of fact, I really did wanted to return. So that because this is my opportunity that then Chief PNP General Bato told me that he's going to help me.
And Mayor Padilla, you still have words. So then, Mayor Mabilo, PNP Chief General De La Rosa was not quite honest in his statement.
At that time when I was talking to him, Your Honor, I believed in him. But after, Your Honor, I received that call from the General, then I did not believe him anymore.
Okay, so we could be able to establish here, Mr. Chair, that the PNP Director General who told him to come home, and later that day or the next day,
What do you mean, Your Honor?
when another general told you not to return.
Immediately 10 minutes or 15 minutes after that call, Your Honor.
So ibig sabihin, nalaman kagad nung the general na yan, na ikaw ay pinapabalik ni Director General De La Rosa, and then all of a sudden, he said, huwag kang babalik.
Yes, Your Honor.
So ibig sabihin yan, Mr. Chair, that totoo lang, naiisipin mo, na palagay mo itong si PNP Director General De La Rosa, hindi honest sa kanyang sinabi.
I did not believe him, Your Honor, after that call of the other general.
So you did not believe him anymore.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who is that general? Can you tell us who the general is?
Your Honor, if you would allow me, if you could do that on executive session, because Your Honor, I actually, when I first came in, I called I called them to thank them for that call, and then Your Honor, they said that if I mention their names, then it's their fear of life then that they're going to experience.
Is he still active, Mayor?
No more, Your Honor.
I would like to move, Mr. Chair, that we have an executive session with him later.
At the appropriate time, I guess we will consider an executive session in order to get that vital information that former Mayor Jed Mabilog would want to share with the committee.
And perhaps he still have some names to reveal to us. Mr. Chair, what we're trying to do here is really investigate the very people that should really be investigated on this, because we're trying to craft legislation so that these killings would not in any way be done anymore in our country, di ba?
Mr.
So
Chairman.
perhaps, Mr. Chair,
Okay.
yes.
Mr. Chairman, in the spirit of time, no, if the good former mayor of Iloilo will allow it, maybe, Mr. Chairman, baka hindi na natin masyado ma-accommodate yung executive session to put that name in a piece of paper and submit to this Quadcom.
Yes, Your Honor. I can do that.
Confidence naman po,
Yes, Your Honor.
we will be holding it in confidence.
I can do that, Your Honor. Thank you very much,
Mr.
sir.
Chair. Okay, thank you, Congressman Dan Fernandez. Congressman Abante, you have 30 seconds left.
Okay. Itong sabi ni former President Duterte, no? Ang sabi niya, saan na yung pinalitan mo, Mayor? Yung statement niyo, no? Saan ba si Mayor? Hanapin ko sila, magbalik ka dito. Nagmura, patayin talaga kita. Ibig sabihin talagang itong ating former President, merong galit sa'yo. Totoo po ba yan?
Yun, sir, ang lumalabas, sir, dahil
I'm wondering kung bakit ng former president ay talagang mayroong matinding galit sa iyo on that. Now let me ask you, Mayor, no? Why don't you file a case against him?
Your Honor, first and foremost, as a Christian po, I have forgiven him already.
Yes, the thing is, yes.
And Your Honor, I will discuss that with my lawyers, because I am made to believe that if a person is a president of is president, then he is immune to cases. So I don't know, Your
He
Honor.
is now a private citizen, Mr. Mabilog. And the thing is this, I do believe you that as a Christian we ought to forgive.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yet I still believe that we have laws in this land so that any crime committed should be paid for.
Yes,
And
sir.
that is what the law says.
Yes, Your
10
Honor.
seconds, Congressman Abante.
So therefore, Mr. Chair, I would like to just resolve this issue now, and I hope that Mayor Mabilog would be convinced in his own heart to file charges against those people that he believed would be because, Mr. Chair, more than 7 years he left the country, and he was emotionally disturbed and very much depressed, Mr. Chair. So I would like to suggest that he should file a case against the former president, being a private citizen now. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for that.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. The next to interpolate is Congressman Paduano. You are recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. I thought it was Chairman Nakap. But anyway, Mr. Chairman, just to go back to some clarity lang po with regards to the statement of the affidavit.
But before that, let me acknowledge the presence of Congressman Edward Maceda. Welcome to the committee hearing, and Congressman Ernest Junicio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, in the deterrent list during the previous hearing, it was already confirmed and established by retired Colonel Espinido. Now, when I asked Colonel Espinido about what happens in Bacolod City, in my home city, in which one of our councilor was ambushed, no? And after a few months, dahil dun sa recommendation ni Espinido, it was the name of that councilor was delisted. Now, question of the Duterte list, ito lang po, para malinaw, either na totoo po ba yung Duterte list, validated ba yung lahat nandun, tumaan ba sa vetting. Let me ask DG Lasso, with regards to the case of Mayor Jed Mabilog, DG Lasso, do you confirm that indeed in the PDL list as claimed by Mayor Jed Mabilog, wala pong pangalan niya sa PDL list.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
But do you confirm that the name of former Mayor Jen Pabilog was in the list of Duterte's list?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Initially, it was not in the list, but later on, the list was his name was included.
Okay, for the record, timeline tayo. When you say initially it was not in the list, anong taon yun?
Mr. Chairman, Your Honor, can I respectfully request our Director for Intelligence Service to explain? Because there is a little bit of a process that was involved, and he can explain, and you will understand how the Duterte list came about, Your Honor.
Yes,
Yes, Your
Pero
Honor.
we'll just focus on the case of Mayor Pabilog.
Yes, Your Honor. It will be confined on the Mabilog case, Your Honor.
Okay, so will the chair allows Chairman Barbers, will the chair allow?
Yes, that is allowed, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.